Keanu Reeves, a man who turned pain into purpose and silence into strength. He was born Keanu Charles Reeves on September 2nd, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon, the son of Patricia, an English costume designer, and Samuel, a Hawaiian Chinese geologist. His name meant cool breeze over the mountains, and somehow it always fit. Even from the beginning, Keanu seemed like someone who didn't quite belong to this world. Someone drifting just outside the noise and chaos. His father abandoned the family when Keanu was just a toddler, leaving a void that would echo throughout his life. Patricia moved with her children across the globe, Australia, New York, finally Toronto. Each move brought new schools, new faces, new beginnings, but never the sense of home. Keanu struggled in school. Diagnosed with dyslexia, the structured environment of the classroom felt like a prison. Words twisted, lessons slipped through his fingers. But there was one place where everything clicked. The stage. Theater became his escape, his rhythm, his language. Here, among scripts and spotlights, Keanu found a place where he could speak, not with flawless diction, but with emotion, with presence, with truth. As a teenager in Canada, he began to act, not out of ambition, but because it felt right, natural. He appeared in small TV movies, stage plays, and then, slowly, in feature films. In 1989, his breakout came as Ted Theodore Logan in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Goofy, joyful, sweet-natured. A role that made him famous, but one that stuck to him like a shadow. People laughed. Hollywood labeled him airhead, surfer dude, one note. But Keanu never fought back with ego. He just kept working, quietly, patiently. Then came Point Break in 1991, a stylish crime thriller that paired him with Patrick Swayze. Keanu played Johnny Utah, an ex-quarterback turned FBI agent. The film was adrenaline-fueled, fast-paced, and unexpectedly poetic. It showed the world something new, a young actor with depth, drive, and presence. And then came Speed, 1994. A runaway bus, a bomb, a cop who had to keep it all together. It was pure action, and Keanu delivered. Suddenly, he wasn't just the stoner sidekick. He was a leading man. And then, in 1999, the world stopped. The Matrix, a film that redefined cinema. Bullet time, black trench coats, red pill, blue pill. But beneath the sci-fi spectacle, something deeper stirred. A philosophical fable about control, consciousness, and the search for truth. Keanu played Neo, a hacker, a questioner, a reluctant savior. His performance was measured, minimal, almost monk-like, because Neo wasn't about shouting. Neo was about waking up. The trilogy became a global phenomenon. Pop culture changed overnight. And Keanu Reeves? He became the face of an era. But while the world celebrated, Keanu's heart was breaking. In the same year The Matrix premiered, Keanu and his partner, Jennifer Syme, were expecting a child. The baby girl, named Ava, was stillborn. 18 months later, Jennifer died in a car accident. Keanu, who had never been one to speak loudly, went completely silent. No public breakdowns, no interviews filled with grief. Just a man quietly shattered. And in those years, grief became his shadow. He took fewer roles, smaller films. He disappeared from the tabloid headlines, not out of scandal, but by choice. He turned inward, lived simply, gave quietly. Most people didn't know he was giving away millions. funding cancer research, donating to children's hospitals. He was never acting like a good man. He simply was one. And then he returned. John Wick, 2014. A revenge thriller, a film about a hitman mourning the death of his wife and the final gift she left him. The premise was brutal. But beneath the violence, there was poetry, pain, humanity. Because this wasn't just a role. This was grief, channeled into myth. John Wick wasn't a character. He was Keanu's rage, his heartbreak, his quiet scream turned into motion. Audiences connected. The film exploded. Sequels followed. Each one deeper, more intricate, more breathtaking. And through it all, Keanu trained like a warrior. Martial arts, gunplay, stunt work. No body doubles, no shortcuts, just sweat. Discipline, respect for the craft. He honored the work, honored the people behind the scenes. In 2010, a photo appeared online. Keanu on a bench, alone, eating a sandwich, looking tired, human. The internet called him Sad Keanu. But maybe he wasn't sad. Maybe he was just still. And in that stillness, people saw something rare, something honest. A man who had every reason to become bitter and chose kindness instead. A man who faced unimaginable loss and gave more love to the world. A man who had all the fame in the world and never let it define him. Rode motorcycles into the mountains just to feel free. He wasn't building a brand. He was building a life, quietly, deliberately, with grace. Today, Keanu continues to work. He acts, produces, writes. He even founded his own motorcycle company, ARCH, building machines as precise and powerful as the characters he plays. But more than any role, it's who he is that endures. Not the action, not the fame, not the money, the man. He may never call himself a legend, but we will. Because legends aren't just the ones who save the world on screen. They're the ones who show us how to live off screen. With humility, with compassion, with quiet courage. Keanu Reeves is many things. The One, the Assassin, the Time Traveler, the Exorcist. But above all, he is a gentle soul who reminds us that pain can make you bitter, or it can make you better. That grief never ends, but neither does love. And that being good isn't loud. It's quiet. It's steady. It's real. He is Keanu Reeves, the quiet warrior. And he is, without question, one of the greatest of all time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And for more motivational stories and inspiring biographies of world-famous personalities, make sure to subscribe Millionaire Dad so we can learn and grow together. See you in the next one.